We've always been looked at as this passive community that we wouldn't say anything.
This can be said of a lot of immigrant experiences, is that first generation is kind of, they want to work hard and they kind of don't, I don't know, either culturally or out of a fear, but they don't want to a lot of times speak up or speak out if they are the victim of some sort of a crime, or at least like some sort of or like some sort of hate sentiment.
One of our characters is the way we see being humble is a very good thing, which is it's a very good thing. But in some cases, we should stop being this timid, shy, and passive community. We should fight for our lives, like what's going on right now. The elderly are getting attacked here and left and right, so it's awful.
When you see those hate crimes, I think that's where it comes from. It comes from being unfamiliar with a culture, being maybe only seeing certain parts of it, and in the media or in popular culture, and then that coupled with an anger that comes from inside. I think those all things can lead to it.
The negative media portrayals of Asian Americans, I think, has to be taken into consideration, right? There's a lot of dehumanizing that's been going on for a long time, and at another level, we're almost invisible, right, compared to the percentage that we are of this population and the various roles that we play in society. So I think through this dehumanization or otherizing, or sometimes even demonizing us, makes it easy for people to attack, Asian Americans. That no matter how many generations we've been here, there's this idea that we're new and we don't belong to some. And so that also, I think, makes it easier. And we have to do a better job teaching the next generation. More immediate could be better media portrayals, right? Like the Media Action Network for Asian Americans, led by a guy I know, Guy Aoki. The organization's been working for decades on this particular fight. We have to teach our history better. We absolutely need to develop in this society the knowledge and skills, right, to be able to see through this old, worn out, but unfortunately effective technique of scapegoating marginalized groups to try to take attention away from these bigger issues, whether they are the pandemic or the economy or the combination of both. I think it's going to take a lot of effort where we teach the next generation and even this generation to critically examine the real conditions, right, that they live under, so that it could lead to real changes, because they will be addressing the root causes of the problem. We also need to understand the common humanity that we share, right? And teach the truth that race is really just a social construct.
What you need is a park or any other programs that would instill a strong sense of community for neighbors to get to know each other. Because it's easier to judge someone. It's easier to judge someone you haven't seen or haven't met, because you're in a concrete jungle, closed doors every day, and you come out for your work and you come home after work, and that's about it. And you're pulling apart communities instead of promoting a sense of community back again, which we lack so much from the COVID lockdown. So it's a good thing for communities like us or groups like us to promote that we can do it together, whatever race you belong to. Our group, we're not entirely Asians, we're all mixed. And I think it's a good sign and it's a good thing for people to see in our community, like, hey, they're walking to protect not just the Asian community, but everyone. And these people who are not Asians are out and walking doing the safety walk to protect the Asian community.
But another one would be to continue to build coalitions like we're doing right now, right? And work to gain greater political power so that we can improve conditions, not necessarily for Asian Americans themselves per se, but for all of us, all working class, middle class. And I think that would make a big difference. And so if I were to say it in a nutshell, we need to educate each other. We need to critically and systematically examine the world that we live in, the current conditions that we live under, and then clearly see common goals, right, that we have, so that we can work together towards them as equals. I think by doing this, we can begin to reduce hate crimes in our society.